Hey guys, it's me again. So, LessOfSarah posted a video, just today, I think. Oh, it was yesterday. Oh, my bad. She posted a 10 things you didn't know about me video, and, kind of started a little tag, and I always kind of have fun with those sorts of things, so I am, going to also do a video. I'm going to do 12 things just for fun. I don't have that many interesting things about me that I can think of, so I'm actually going to use a random question generator to come up with the questions. So they're going to be just kind of completely random and quite possibly not make any sense at all. But they should hopefully give me some things to tell you guys about me that you don't already know. So, I'm gonna get started. My least favorite part of the day is by far the morning. Any time in the AM is just a horrible part of the day. I am not at all a morning person. I would much rather work a night shift or an evening shift over a day shift, and I am a miserable biatch when I wake up for work for a day shift. Unfortunately for my coworkers, because I've worked a couple days now. So yeah, not a morning person. If I could only eat one thing for the rest of my life, oh man, this is a hard question. There are a lot of things that I really like. I mean, I love chicken, I love mushrooms, I love pickles, I love cheese. I think those are like all the things that I would be miserable without. But I think, like, if I have to answer the question and it's only one thing, I would go with chicken fajitas. And I feel like this is a smart answer because that way I'd get a little bit of carbs from a good, healthy, whole wheat wrap. I would get my chicken, and I love fajita sauce. I would get my veggies, and I would get a bit of cheese. So I'm kind of getting a little bit of all of my food groups. The majority of it is protein. And yeah, and I love fajitas. They're totally my favorite food. So probably fajitas. The first thing I notice about people, I've never really thought about this. I'm trying to think. I would have to say it would be whether or not they're smiling. Like, kind of gauging their mood. If they're like a happy or a miserable person, you know? Because if they're smiling and they like kind of shine and they look pleasant, then I'm like drawn to them. Whereas if I see somebody who's really like miserable and grumpy looking, kind of like I am, just like my natural face, if I'm not smiling, see, like, I look miserable. But yeah, like, I think it's whether or not they're smiling. That's probably the first thing that I notice, and that will kind of determine whether or not I'm drawn to that person. My favorite holiday is 100%, hands down, Halloween. Seriously. I love Christmas, don't get me wrong, but now that I'm an adult, and I usually just spend Christmas with my parents, and I'm also usually broke, so I can't get them the things that I want to get them, like just my family in general. Christmas is usually more lonely than anything because, like, I mean, growing up when I was a kid, it was awesome, of course, and I think it will be awesome again when I have a family of my own. But it really just makes me miss my siblings and my nephew and all my aunts and uncles and cousins and everybody that I used to see at Christmas more. So Halloween, 100%, hands down, is my favorite holiday. I love Halloween. I love being scared. I love the paranormal. So I really enjoy all the costumes and different things and all the stuff on TV, and I think it's so fun. I plan to be that crazy lady that lives on the street and does up her house like a haunted house for all the kids to come into. And, you know, yeah, I love Halloween. This one's also really tough because the thing is, I used to have a job that I absolutely loved, and I didn't make any money doing it, and because of that, I got a whole new career so that I can make more money. So I think I've kind of already lived this question, because the thing is, when you're working at a job you love, but you're not able to pay your bills, there's so much stress in your life just from your financial problems alone that it really bogs down your entire life, you know? Whereas, I mean, working at a job that you hate really sucks too, you know? But at the same time, if I was rich, I feel like I don't know. I feel like the stress of working a job you don't like isn't as high as financial stress. So I think what I'm basically saying is I would rather be rich and work at a job that I hate. I hate to admit that. I really do. But, I mean, if I was happy being poor and doing what I love, well, I'd still be doing what I used to do, working with animals, so. I always kind of get confused with this question, your cultural background. To me, culture is like the culture in which you grew up. So, like, you know, some people maybe, like, you know, if someone's African American, well, their culture is that they're American, their ethnicity is that they're African, or you know what I mean? But okay, I'll simplify this question because in my case it's kind of the same. My cultural background is Métis. I am European, kind of a mix of Irish and Scottish and French, and my dad's mom was Native. She was Cree. So that makes me Métis, the classic definition of a Métis person in Canada. And as far as the cultural aspect of that, I actually did in fact grow up in northern Manitoba in a Native community. In school I took Aboriginal literature. Instead of taking French, I took Cree in school, so I can speak some Cree. I attended powwows and our assemblies, like we had native throat singing, and we did our national anthem rotated each day. One day it was in English, one day it was in French, one day it was in Cree. So I mean, the native culture was actually a really big part of my life growing up. It was a big part of our community. So as far as culturally growing up, you know, yes, like my culture is absolutely Métis or Native culture, and my ethnicity is Métis. So yeah. That I make it sound so much more complicated than it is. For the record, I absolutely love the Native culture. It is one of my favorite cultures, absolutely, and not just because I, you know, lived it. I find all the mythology and everything really interesting, and a lot of the Asian cultures too. So yeah. Heck yeah, I would. I would totally be my friend if I was another person. I think that I am an awesome chick. The book that I am reading now is by Diana Rowland. It's called Even White Trash Zombies Get the Blues. Yeah, like I said, I like the paranormal, and I enjoy the occasional zombie book. The least favorite thing about myself would be my beard. For those of you that don't know, I have polycystic ovary syndrome. As a result, my hormones are whack, and I have excess facial hair, which is very, very embarrassing. It has been an issue that I have dealt with since I was a teenager. I shave every single day. I get a 5 o'clock shadow. It is very noticeable, very embarrassing. I intend to get electrolysis this year to try and get rid of it. It has been an issue in past relationships more than my weight. So definitely the least favorite thing about myself. A close second would be my nose. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I broke it twice when I was younger, and it's crooked. And should I ever get plastic surgery to fix the excess skin after this weight loss and everything, I'm also going to get them to fix that situation at the same time. So, yeah. Literally through most of elementary school, like right up until grade 8, I wanted to be an Egyptologist. I told everybody growing up that I was going to be an Egyptologist. I thought that I was going to go to Egypt and like study the pyramids and hieroglyphics and become some world famous research person and know everything that there possibly was to know about the history and stuff. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I actually went as far as to buy different books and encyclopedias and learn to read hieroglyphics, which was totally fun. And I don't remember any of it, but yeah, I was hardcore.